Hello, Photography Talk. Alex Schultz here, and welcome to episode 101 of the Learn and Explore series. Today's topic, Realtor Vision. And all you photography talkers, keep out those cameras because we have a great show in store for you today. Matter of fact, I'm thrilled to introduce today's guest all the way from Michigan, industry expert Jason Levanture with Realtor Vision, the company that has been awarded Top Virtual Tour Software of 2014 by Photography Talk. Now, Jason, what do you say? You ready to get this going?
Hey, thanks a lot, Alex. Absolutely. Let's get the show started. Thanks for having me.
All right. Now, Jason is the founder of Realtor Vision, which has been recognized as the leader in the virtual tour software and national photography services. Now, Jason, I've given our listeners just a taste of what you and I are going to be talking about. Before we dive into these questions, can you take a moment, share with our listeners more about yourself?
Sure, Alex. Born in northern Michigan here. Have a wonderful family. It started up RTV way back 1999, and my wife Heather and I have a son, Emerson, and live out in the little bit out of town, and I have a beautiful drive into work every day, and our office is here on the Boardman River, located in downtown Traverse City, Michigan. Looking out my window right now, and it's about 45 degrees, and there's a whole lot of leaves on the ground. So it's getting to be that time of the year where it's getting a little cold.
45 degrees. You know, Jason, you don't want to know what the weather is in Orange County, California right now.
Don't say it.
You guys are going to be getting are you forecasting a white Christmas this year, or a lot of snow?
It's always in the forecast. Yeah, luckily a couple weeks ago we got to go to the G6 Motel 6 convention in Honolulu, so that created a lot of jealousy in the company. So I've got I get to travel a little bit, fortunately, and go to some warm places throughout the year. So, but yes, we will have a white Christmas for sure. Several feet of the white stuff.
Well, Jason, we're about to jump into these questions. To get the ball going, what has you most excited about the photography industry right now, today?
Wow, that's a loaded question. The way that technology has changed since we started the company 15 years ago, it's mind-boggling. The technology is constantly and continuing to open up a lot of new opportunities for digital marketers and professional photographers and entrepreneurs. All of it's got me excited, Alex. If you have a little bit of imagination and you want to go out there and you've got photography skills, you can do very well in this market. So that part of it has me very excited. Just taking a look at all the technology that's coming down the pipeline right now, it's amazing.
Well, Jason, let's start off with what is Realtor Vision?
Realtor Vision is both a product and a service. It is a professional virtual tour hosting platform. It allows a professional photographer, a digital marketer, an entrepreneur to come to our website, create an account, and within just a few minutes create an amazing interactive virtual media presentation for the web. And it allows that person then to be in our database, in our network, so that we can then send them jobs that come through our national accounts. So RTV has evolved over the years to become both a product and a service.
Wow. Now, when was this founded?
We founded the company in 1999.
Wow.
Yeah, we've been around for a bit.
You guys are up to the gold-plated coffee cup commemorative edition.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great.
Well, Jason, let's rewind the clock a little bit. Let's jump in the Wayback Machine. When you started this company, what was the original inspiration for doing so?
Wow, that's a great story. There was a good friend of mine, and I were we were looking at the real estate industry. Actually, I was going to go into real estate while I was finishing up college, and was walking through the mall and literally saw Polaroid photographs in a kiosk, and people were walking up to it, and they would point to a photograph, and it would have a little MLS number on the bottom of it, and I watched folks go up and point to one of the photographs, and then the person that was working the kiosk literally rummaged through a filing cabinet, pulled out a black and white listing spec sheet, and I remember thinking to myself, there's got to be a better way than what I just saw happen. And at the time, I was working my way through college, and I proposed the idea to a buddy of mine, and he was very well connected in the industry, and found an investor, and things just really steamrolled. It was a really crazy 2 years getting an investor. We found a company to write a virtual tour software platform for us, Tour Builder 1.0, and our investor, Doug Knorr, was incredibly generous with opening up his offices to the RTV team and putting in the dollars that he put in, and it all just kind of happened from there. So it was that was the inspiration initially, and just literally helping people shop online in a more modern way. So.
Wow. Now, when a company comes out with a new product or a new service, they generally have like a client or an avatar in mind. Can you explain to the listeners, who is that person here?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the biggest client that we would have out there would be the professional photographer, the entrepreneur, and then of course it's second tier, so that and of course hospitality, hotel owners, resort owners, B&Bs, golf courses, so on and so forth. Those are going to be the end users that we have in mind. And the photographer, an entrepreneur, acts as the middle person that actually goes out, gets the system, creates the account, and acts as the content generator. So they'll go out, they'll take the photographs, they run their own business. So really it's kind of 2 levels deep if you think about it that way. We've got the photographer who has their own business. Our whole system is private labeled around their brand. They make the relationship with the resort owner, and the resort owner is the client, end user client, but the photographer is also our client. So yeah, it's all of that and a little more.
Sure. Jason, who doesn't love a great story? And you just gave us a great story as far as how the company was born, how that original idea really came to be. Now, what is your vision, and can you share with us how has the RTV evolved over the years?
Yeah, absolutely. When we started the company, it was initially going to be just literally a virtual tour hosting platform where any professional photographer could come to our website, set up an account, and turbocharge their images, their still images and their panoramic images. Initially, it was a very small, tiny 300 by 500 window. We went to high definition over the years. We went to mobile compatibility. We went to we've watched it all just run with the internet got faster, the tours got bigger, and everything just started. It was a very intense time watching the product evolve. By 2005, when we had just over 800 or 900 photographers in the network, we were approached by a company called Senior Street, and we did a huge project for them. They wanted us to do 250 assisted care facilities across the U.S., and at that time, that was not any part of our business model. We always let our photographers set their own pricing based on local market conditions. It's their own company, their own brand. We never got involved with pricing that out. But we were leaving an awful lot on the table, and it's my policy that if there's a need, let's fill it. Let's go after it. Sometimes you have to change your business model to continue to grow. And that was a great choice that we made. We bid on the job. We had no infrastructure for managing a photography job of that scale. It was all done in Excel spreadsheets and the relationships we had with the photographers at that time, and we pulled it off. And it was the income that came from that initial big push of assisted care centers that funded what we call TourTrack 1.0. And TourTrack now literally allows any company that has a need for national photo services, national virtual tours, to create an account, talk to one of our sales managers, create an account, log in, place orders, and watch those orders get dispatched to a qualified photographer, see the schedule date, see when it's done, and then deliver the images. Everything's programmed in, and it's pretty amazing. We're currently on TourTrack 2.0, and photographers can literally receive jobs and pick them up and bid on them, and it's all built in. So it's been just a great evolution.
You know, it's exciting to hear stories like that where you hear about certain flexibility and vision, and it leads to, and along with a degree in persistence, leads to
Yeah.
growth and advancement in a company. Now, can you speak to us about your virtual tour software and some of the hardware packages?
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. The virtual tour software that we have currently today is what we call Fusion, and we call it Fusion because it's an actual mixture of all of the different elements that you can find on the web: still images, cylindrical panoramas, spherical panoramas, vertical panoramas, full motion video, voiceovers, and so we've taken all of these and combined it into what we call Fusion, and it mixes those different media types together to create just a great end presentation, and we call it interactive virtual media, something that's really beyond what you might have called a virtual tour years ago. And so we've got this great piece of software. It's version 5. We average about one new release every 3 years with our system. The Fusion software, it caters to anybody looking to do video tours, still image tours, or panoramic tours. And then our builder kits that we have 4 unique builder kits. We have the hosting only. So if you pretty much have everything that you need to build virtual tours, or if you've done it with another company, you can come in on our hosting only platform, and that's kind of your base package. The hosting only is going to come with your, of course, Tour Builder 5.0. All of your training is included in that. You work actually one-on-one with one of our personal trainers, so it's an actual scheduled phone call that they'll work with you. Some people like to break that up over a couple of sessions. You get unlimited technical support for life. We're here 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You get unlimited software updates. We kind of take it a step further that all of our packages also come with what we call lead grabber and tour track. So tour track jobs come from our national accounts, so we vet each photographer. We will take a look at the qualifications of the photographer, how far they're willing to go, if they can do night shots, elevated shots, if they know how to bracket, if they have video capabilities, if they have Photoshop capabilities. And then we generate a thumbprint or fingerprint of that photographer, and that tees them up to receive jobs from our national accounts. And then all of our kits all come with tour track, essentially activation. We send out leads for free. We push out a couple hundred leads a month back into our photography network. We don't quote for our photographers, as I mentioned earlier. Leads are free, we give them out. And then we also provide marketing pieces. So if you join up with our RTV, you're going to get boilerplate, but professionally made order forms and PowerPoint presentations, postcards, info packs, suggested pricing. We even have a free little, if you know Dreamweaver or Front Page, you get a free website. Most people, most people go out and build their own website, or have one, or make their own, or have one made for them. But so that's what all the packages come with as a baseline. That would be our hosting only package. And then we have, if you wanted to get photo stitching software, you can get our software only. And then we even have a package that comes with a pano head. That's our X3. And then we sell a slightly different pano head, which is our XS pano head. So those packages range from $439 to $999, essentially.
Wow. So I'm pausing here as I'm digesting what you've just shared. What's exciting about what you've just mentioned here, Jason, is sitting on where I do right now. Obviously, Photography Talk, we're one of the largest photography communities out there, so I hear and see a lot that happens out in the community. A lot of folks are reinventing themselves as photographers right now. A lot of them are coming in and they're trying to get a sense of where everything's located, and a lot of it, as far as setting up a new photography business, can be overwhelming. And what I've gathered off of you, you guys really leave no stone left unturned. That one package you mentioned, talking about the forms, talking about the getting the website set up, you guys really walk them through this whole process.
We do, Alex, and we've always tried to cater to someone coming in with no experience all the way to someone coming in with a lot of experience. So looking at our packages, yes, we will go to the lowest denominator, and if you have no photography experience, no sales experience, we even give everyone access to about 100 hours of extended education classes on photography, sales, marketing, social media marketing. So yeah, the more experience you come into RTV with, the faster you're going to have your business up and running. But even people that have little to no experience, we work with them and we train them. Obviously, training someone on professional photography via the internet, that's going to take a while.
Sure.
So.
Let's talk about the market. Can you expound a little bit on what sort of market is there for this out there?
Wow, as I said earlier in the show, I personally believe that the market is astronomical, and you're going to only be limited by your imagination. I have had people purchase the RTV system and use it to place children in foster care, and they would literally do photographs in a virtual tour of families. Now, one would never think of that. Yeah, and that's probably my most unique story that I have, is that they actually used our system in Missouri to place children in foster homes, where they took photographs of the mother and father and the house, and so that the children could actually click and look before they were paired with a family. So that being said, again, you're limited only by your imagination. It can be used for auto dealerships, yacht brokers, real estate professionals, real estate investors. We work with Williams & Williams Auction House, for example, on a national level, with foreclosed homes and restaurants and resorts and golf courses. The sky is the limit. I've seen almost everything, from dinner trains to airplanes.
Talk to us a little bit about what is the process of getting set up.
We actually make it really, really simple. Stop on by the website, and you can create an account right off our website. We have a way right there that you can generate an account on the fly. Our Fusion system actually makes a whole presentation tour for you, so you can kind of get a feel for what's under the hood. And once you've created your account, one of our sales managers, sales consultants, will give you a call, see what your goals are, see where you're at, see if the first thing we like to do is just identify what you have. Do you have a pano head? Do you have photo stitching software? Well, maybe you don't have those things and you don't want to offer panoramic photography. Well, I have a lot of people that come to us like that. They just want to do still photos. I have 30 or 40 people that just use our platform for hosting full motion video walkthroughs, and that's a whole other thing on its own. So we identify what the professional photographer or entrepreneur's goals are, and we kind of take it from there, and we'll pair that person with the right package. And setup literally can be done on the first phone call in about 15 minutes.
Wow. Now, how long does it typically take to set up a virtual tour business?
And again, that's going to go back to, do you have photography experience, sales experience, marketing experience, web experience? The fastest I've ever seen is without them having already been in the virtual tour business, is about 2 weeks. Somebody that came on board and never had past experience with it, so they had no existing clients. They were up and running in about 2.5 weeks. I've seen it take people as long as 2 months. We are there to help with the Business Resource Center, and we do 2 to 3 talk shows every month where we record those talk shows, so they'll have access to that information. But on an average, if you have some photo savvy, if you know a bit about web marketing, and you maybe just buy your website outright and have somebody take care of that piece for you, because that can be daunting if you don't know HTML and all that stuff. I would say 45 days is an average to just be completely up and running, marketing materials customized, postcards run, Vistaprint, you're ready to send out. You got your list of customers, whether you're going after the local real estate market or local businesses. Of course, we recommend that you go after both. There's not enough time in a day for you to do that, and that's, you really have to limit it probably to a couple core groups that you want to target. And our recommendation is always local businesses and real estate agents.
How can photographers incorporate this into, for example, an existing business that they might have?
Yeah, and that's something that we're very experienced at. If you're an existing photographer, it's really simple. You would learn the system and add a button right on your website, or a tab or a new page that would say virtual tours. And when you click on that button, you're going to go to a page that maybe separates over from real estate or business. Maybe you're only going to do business, so you have your pricing laid out right there, a couple examples, and you're ready to go. It's another arrow in the quiver.
What is Team RTV?
Team RTV is what we call our actual core staff here. We are a small business. We've always kept the team pretty tight. RTV consists of about 13 people that are right here in our office. All of our training's done here. Our support is done here. We don't outsource anything. The programming and development team is actually just across town. We do everything through Bike Productions, and they actually have a vested interest in the company. That was something that was very important to us, is to make our technology team an actual owner of the company. So yeah, the core Team RTV though is going to be, if you go to our Meet the Team page on our website, and that's us.
Now, let's say a photographer, they've heard what they need to, they want to sign up. What is the actual process for signing up for something like this?
Well, the first step that you want to do is probably go to our website, look at the products, visit the tour gallery off the home page, click on the free trial button, and open up an account. You will be notified if your area is open. Don't want to get into too much of that, right now, but we do limit the number of providers that we bring into RTV. Each area in the U.S. is broken down into about 1,400 locations. We look at the number of listings per year, and agents. And so if market yield is being met or exceeded, we close an area off. And so that's kind of the first thing that you would want to find out is, do we need a service provider in your area? If we don't, we just let you know. And most of the time we pick up the phone and we call you and say, hey, don't like turning people away, but right now that market is saturated with a photographer, or we're meeting or exceeding market yield. So the process would really start by visiting the website, fill out the form, take it for a test drive, and find out if the area is open first.
So that brings the spotlight over onto two things I want to speak to you about. First off, if I'm understanding this correctly, there are limited seats, which means if somebody's interested in getting into this space, it's probably better to sooner than later get into this, kind of secure their spot. Is it safe to say that?
Yeah, absolutely. With any business, you're going to have an attrition rate. And people also relocate. You have a coverage in one area one day, and something happens and you don't. We do keep a list. We have a waiting for opening. That's what the group is called. And there's hundreds and hundreds of people in our waiting for opening list. And so, the sooner that you can get your virtual tour division open and up and running, the quicker you're going to learn the ins and outs of the industry, whether your goals are to go after local real estate professionals, local business owners, or both. I have people that just target golf courses. So whatever your goals are, the sooner you do get into the business, the better. Yeah, there is a lot to learn in our industry.
Sure, but the sounds of it, you have a lot of those resources and learning tools kind of
Yep.
set in place for new people coming in. And did I hear you correctly? So there is a free trial that somebody can test out, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, we have, that's important to us. We want you to see what you're getting into, roll up your sleeves, take Fusion for a test drive. We're confident that we currently have the top premier virtual tour hosting platform on the market. And that's always a fun game. The beautiful thing about RTV is our diverse income stream allows us to take profits that our business model is $10 a tour. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. So when you actually create a tour on our platform, the cost is $10, and that real estate tour stays up for life, for forever and ever and ever. As long as you want it up there, it will stay up there for that one-time fee. And a business tour stays up for 1 year for that fee. And then at the end of the year, we encourage you actually get an automatic reminder. You go back to that business owner. Hello, this is Jason from Blue Lava Media. Do you need extra photography? Can we count on you to go ahead and renew that? We're going to send you an invoice. You're getting your weekly traffic reports. Are you happy with the kind of traffic you're seeing? Talk about any new updates and invoice them for people out there. Invoice business owners anywhere from $39 to $99 a year for the business style tour. So that helps the photographer build up an annuity that they can count on every year. It's pretty rare for a business to not renew a tour unless they're out of business. So, yeah, that's the business model itself is, there's so many different ways you can go with the business. It's great.
Talk to me about support.
Tech support is fantastic. We've got 4 tech support reps. We also have we're going to be launching a knowledge base, which is pretty slick. Well, that's something new. When you log into the RTV system, one of the first things you'll see in the upper right-hand corner is the Learning Center. And the Learning Center is filled with right around, I'd say, 50 to 70 short, to-the-point YouTube videos that you can watch and learn about some of the features that you're looking at, how to set up your private label URL, how to use the lead generation tools, how to order the AstroZoom space fly-in, how to use the printable flyer engine, all of that good stuff, how to maximize the video playback when you're uploading full motion video and all that stuff.
You're on the hot seat, Jason. So in one word, how would you describe the RTV platform?
Oh boy, brilliant. I would say brilliant. If I had one word for it, if I was an entrepreneur or a professional photographer, and I looked at that, that's exactly what I would say.
Well, between the support, all the resources that you guys have available, I think that's a great choice. Jason, you provided so many excellent tips here for our listeners. Now, before we part ways, can you share with our listeners one final piece of advice, also where they can find you on the web? Then we'll say goodbye.
Yeah, thanks, Alex. One piece of advice. I would say don't be afraid to change and don't be afraid to adapt. If you're finding yourself doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same results, it may be time to shake things up. And change is never an easy thing. I know that from experience. And as long as you have an open mind and a good imagination and the right tools, then you will be wildly successful in this digital age. You can find us at realtourvision.com. You can, of course, Google anything that has to do with virtual tours, and you will always find us at the top of the search engine results. That's REALTOUR Vision, VISION.com. Thanks, Alex.
Well, there you go, Photography Talk. You can learn more about Realtor Visions and also some of the links discussed in today's show in the show notes at photographytalk.com/learn explore 101. Jason, thank you very much for your expert knowledge. Photography Talk thanks you. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for having me, and we appreciate the recognition. Thanks a lot, Alex.